Hey y'all, it's Necey Dixon. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, welcome. If you are returning, y'all, welcome back. I hope that y'all are ready for a new series on my channel, and that's Love After Lockup, y'all. How many of y'all just caught me on my last Ready to Love review? We just hopped off one live and we hopped on another live, so happy Saturday, y'all. What's up, Sam J? Girl, I just saw you on the last live. She says, I'm ready. My favorite Reggie TV show is back. Asia Carlay, hey girl, good vibes, good vibes. Hey girl. Chanel Simmons says, hey. Hey y'all. Time for Love After Lockup. This was my first time. Well, I have to say, I did watch a little bit of Love After Lockup seasons ago, whenever it was like this white dude on there. He was like from Florida or something, but he was like a opposite of an Oreo, like a white dude that thought he was black. Y'all know what I'm talking about? And he was with a white girl on the show, started cheating on her in the club, coming home, basically was just with her for money. So that's what I know of Love After Lockup. So this is gonna be my first season, watching the whole thing all the way through, in my very first season reviewing it. The Real says, I don't watch the show. I want to hear your commentary on the show. The Real, it's only been the first episode of the newest season. So you can still catch up, or you can just come watch my commentary like you're saying now. So Liz Viz says, hey girl, ready for this raggedy ass mess. Y'all, I added raggedy ass mess. She didn't say that. Because that's what it is, a raggedy ass mess. So I think we are good. We got 21 people in here. It'll add up later. Playback gang, go ahead, comment below. Let me know where y'all are watching from, and let me know if y'all caught both of my reviews, Ready to Love and Love After Lockup. So let's go ahead and get started, y'all. We're going to start out lightweight. Let's start out with this couple right here, Ray and Brittany. So my first note was that Brittany claims that she's bougie. She is from Houston, Texas, and pretty much Ray was the plug. He went to prison for narcotics, possession of narcotics with the intent to distribute. They've been dating for 9 months, and he's been in prison for 4 years. What I want to know, y'all, we didn't hear from Ray this episode. That's why I said we're going to start out light with this couple. This episode, we only met Brittany. Y'all, it's just something about just looking at Brittany that's giving me very much Paige. It's giving me very much foolishness. And as with a lot of people on this cast, y'all, they were killing me, okay? So that's why I said Brittany claims that she's bougie. Y'all see this it right here. This one right here. Liz says, baby, this synthetic wig, bougie wear. I wasn't going to go in on the girl's hair, but that's why I just suddenly said to y'all, she claims she's bougie, okay? Let's let her think that she's bougie. So, like I told y'all, she's with the plug. They've been dating for 9 months. They met on social media, and this one took me out, y'all, because they showed like a reenactment of their messages. And he's talking to her, and he's like, yeah, I'm kind of locked down right now. And she's like, what you mean by locked down? So then she ends up FaceTiming him, and then boom, she see the brick wall, the metal bunk beds, and everything else. She probably seen a prison seat toilet right behind her. And she was like, you're in prison? But she still decided to talk to this man. And you guys, these type of people make for the best reality TV. Because on one note, you're not going to tell me that these people are not just a little bit off, okay? Whether they are slow, Deonte, whether they are desperate, Brittany, Rachel, whether they are dealing with the loss of someone, Stan. I really think there's something wrong with all these people. I feel like with this show, you end up realizing that the person who's outside of prison often is crazier than the person who's in it. So a lot of reason why they end up dating these people, in my opinion, is because you think that, you know, oh, I've been cheated on before. This dude in prison, I ain't got to worry about it. And this is what I'm very much getting. So Brittany is out shopping with her friends, 2 of her friends, and it's always the friends who have the most common sense, okay? And they like, this girl's a fool. Her family doesn't know that she has been dating this prisoner for 9 months. So that's definitely going to be part of Brittany's storyline. We're going to find out that she's going to tell her perfect parents with her bougie ass that her prison bae is in jail. He's actually a prison bae. So one of the main reasons of concerns coming from her friends was that she actually was in an abusive relationship 5 years ago. She was in a relationship 5 years ago. Sam, you killing me, girl. And that relationship ended up being very abusive. So her family is really cautious about who she dates and what she wants in her relationship. She says to her friend that she feels like if she's not dating a lawyer, her mom is going to always find something wrong with whoever she's dating. So she's happy and she going to stand by his side. Now, y'all, Ray. I can't make assumptions about Ray just yet. But something tells me the lack of confidence, I feel it oozing off of Brittany. The lack of confidence, the lack of making sound decisions, definitely gives me that she's gonna play herself, and that Ray knows that. Okay, yes, Miss Lady is right. Inmates cheat too, they do. But something tells me that she's gonna play herself. Now I don't know how Ray is going to play her, but she's going to get played. And she ends up saying to her friends that she wants to get married as soon as he gets out of prison. And I'm like, girl, this man been in prison for 4 years, been dating you for 9 months, and you think that he's going to get out of prison and marry you. We'll see about that, girl. I hope the best for you. If you like it, I love it, y'all. Bless her heart. Let's move on to the next couple, y'all. Oh, if I can move on to the next couple. This next couple, y'all, is Rachel and Doug. This girl right here, we're going to go ahead and pinpoint her issue. So the first girl definitely has a lack of confidence, lack of insecurity that's leading her to just date anybody, okay? This next girl, Rachel, has a fetish. This girl is a little bit weird. She's an engineer. She's a Marine. She's 35. And her prison husband, they're married, y'all, is 28 years old. I don't see why. It's something wrong with Rachel. And I feel like Doug is gonna get out. Doug is gonna end up looking like the normal one compared to Rachel. It's like, girl, you have a good job if you're an engineer. Thank you for your service, you're a Marine. But yeah, you like a man who talks to you very aggressively. You like the fetish. You feel like a man who works a 9 to 5 cannot put you in your place the same way that a convicted felon would. I'm like, that's really weird. So Doug went to prison for felony firearms. It was a drive-by. And when she's at home telling her friends about it, she's like, oh yeah, it was a drive-by. And y'all could tell her skin was just crawling. Like if somebody would have touched her, she probably would have jumped out of her body, jumped out of all her clothes, because that's how much she fetishes criminals. I'm like, or fetishizes criminals. I'm like, girl, something's wrong with these people very much. So Doug has been in prison for 11 years since he's 17. So the fact that he would marry this woman, the fact that only that he's been in prison for 11 years, but he has a son that she has been raising. He is basically a city girl, y'all. He's a city girl. He's trying to secure the bag. She's basically taking full custody of his son, Doug. Doug Jr. is 12 years old. Doug Jr.'s real mom has an issue with drugs, which I could have guessed, okay? Stereotypical, unfortunately. But I could have guessed. So initially, Rachel was taking his son in every weekend for the past 10 months, she said, because they've been dating in total for a year and a half, but they've only been married for 4 months. So she was like a part-time parent, right? But ever since the pandemic, she has had his son full time. So I see you, Doug. You done secure the bag. You got an engineer. You got a Marine. You got somebody who's going to pay the bills and hold you down. And she's even talking about having more children when he gets out. And I'm like, girl, with what job? Let the man get on his feet before you try to trap him with some more damn kids. And that's what she's trying to do. So while her friends is over there, she ends up getting a phone call from Doug Sr., because Dougie is a little boy. And he's talking to her on the phone very, I I just felt like she had called a hotline. Like she really likes that S&M type stuff. I think that's right. The whips and chains, the aggressiveness. And that's how he was talking to her on the phone. He was like, do you need me to get in the boss mode? You need me to do that? And she's sitting there on speakerphone just like, you can tell she was just very much, oh my gosh, I love when you talk to me like that. And I was like, this bitch is crazy, okay? No offense to calling her a bitch. Y'all know what I mean when I say this bitch is crazy. The bitch is crazy, okay? So that's pretty much what we got from Rachel and Doug. Now we can move on to the next couple. And y'all, look at Stan. Look at the old man Stan with the hairpiece on his head. I feel bad for Stan, y'all. Stan ends up telling us he's 65 years old. He met a woman named Lisa who is 39 on Seeking Arrangement. Now, if y'all haven't heard of Seeking Arrangement, that's a well-known sugar baby website. Well-known escort website. And you're telling your friends that you don't think that she's with you simply for the money. Stan, I know you probably not with the times, okay? But sugar babies, that's sugar baby central, and you're gonna get played. She's gonna get you for everything you got, Stan. Another reason why I felt bad for Stan was because he ended up telling us that his wife passed away and that he's probably dated. Hold on. I felt bad when he said his wife passed away. But then this man told us that he's dated between 100 and 125 women since then, trying to fill a void. I'm like, Stan, that's not the way. That's not the way. So he ended up dating her before she went to prison. They've known each other since before she went to prison. So I'm like, okay, how much of a catfish could she really be? So Liz Viz said, sir, you deserve anything you get in meeting someone on Seeking Arrangements. That I don't know. The man's 65. Maybe he don't know. He should. There's Tinder, there's Hinge, there's normal people, there's christianmingle.com, there's match.com where your old ass should be, but you decide to go to Seeking Arrangements to meet somebody. Not the wave. So he is playing baseball with his friends, Dash and Jimmy. Dash is the one who is going to definitely tell you how it is. Jimmy ain't going to say nothing. Jimmy just going to look at his face and be like, I ain't going to say nothing. That's my friend, but this really ain't the smart decision. So he ends up placing a phone call to Lisa, and Dash and Jimmy are there. And they're like, yeah, we can't wait to meet you. She was like, yeah, get out. I just filled out my paperwork. And he said, yeah, you ready to go shopping, get your makeup done, buy you some clothes? And she says, yeah, I'm definitely going to put a dent in your pockets. And he says, yeah, but you're worth it. And, Dash and Jimmy, Dash is shady as fuck. Because when Stan showed Dash and Jimmy a picture of them as a couple, Dash said, she's healthy. He was trying to say she was big, okay? The girl wasn't big, but she did have a little bit of a belly on her in that picture with Stan. Dash is shady, but I'm here for Dash because everybody need a real friend like that. So Dash and Jimmy says, we can't wait to meet you. You're beautiful. We saw your pictures. And this is where Lisa says, I don't look anything like those pictures anymore. I look like my brother now. When she said, I look like my brother, when I tell y'all them old men were shook. They said, Stan says, oh no, you can't look like a boy. Like, it's not possible. You're beautiful. Those facial features you can't change. And she says, yeah, I look like my brother now. Now, y'all, I found a picture online of what she looks like. I would probably share it to my community page because I don't want to ruin it for those people who don't want spoilers. But I'll share it to my community page. She definitely looks like her brother. She went into prison and got turned the fuck out. Okay, I went on Google. The girl had a buzz cut, definitely more volume in her face. And when she says she looks like her brother, she ain't never lied. So Stan, she about to get you for everything you got. And I know ain't no good old boy interested in dating a blonde hair, blue eyed boy. He's interested in dating the blonde hair, blue eyed, feminine looking Lisa. And he's not gonna get that whenever he picks her up. So let's move on to this next couple, y'all. Ooh, my edit was messed up, but y'all bear with me. This next couple was Deonte and Nicole. This is who I was talking about whenever I said there should be some sort of act against putting people on TV shows who are more than likely lacking mentally. Y'all not gonna look at this picture of Deonte and tell me that Deonte got all his marbles, because he don't at all. Where Deonte is 33, he's a welder. He was also a Marine, but the man is a little bit, he's a little off. He's missing something. Nicole has been in prison for 4 years for robbery. He met Nicole on an online dating site. They've been dating for 1.5 years, and she gets out in 2 days. So he's at his house. His friend comes over. He's laying out all her gifts on the bed, prepping for her to be there. He got her Victoria's Secret pink, Michael Kors, $1,000 in cash, this, that, everything, anything you could think of, he had it for her on that bed. And I think it's hilarious because I've seen so many posts like that on social media, and those are definitely like hood ass gifts. You know, somebody laying at the bed with Michael Kors, money, some Jordan, hood ass gifts. Like, it was just very funny. So Tracy, I am right here with you, girl. Let me go get a blonde wig so I can take him for all he got too, because literally that's all it takes. Deonte has a fetish for white women, and Deonte is very slow and not the best looking on the eyes. So he feels like his caliber of white women are the ones that are in prison, which is why he met her on a prison dating website. But what you don't realize, Deonte, is that while you feel good about securing the snow bunnies in prison, they are plotting on your ass easily, okay? So his friend comes over, and before his friend comes over, he is actually hiding his pussy pocket. I was disgusted. This man had a sex torso that he named Nicole Jr. Let me take them off the screen because I'm messing up my thing. He has a sex torso that he named Nicole Jr. And he says, well, I guess I won't need this anymore. And before his friend comes over, instead of throwing it in the trash, it off or anything like that, this man puts the pussy pocket inside the damn dishwasher. I was disgusted. He had been getting off to that thing for what? How long they been together? 1.5 years. Disgusted. I am disgusted. So his friend comes over. His friend calls him a dumbass. And he says, how much money have you spent on her? He said, man, a lot. And he said, you probably ain't making no money. You probably keeping $4 to your name at the end of the day. Keep in mind, y'all, I don't know how much welders make, but when he told his mama how much he spent on this woman in 1.5 years, y'all tell me how that's possible, okay? So Deonte visits his mom. His mama was funny as hell. But one of the things that I wanted to know was, Mom, where was the miss? Okay, the apple don't fall too far from the tree majority of the time. 99.9% the apple don't fall too far from the tree. So I want to know what was wrong with the mom, okay? Oh, Tracy said he makes $24 an hour. That's still not enough to pay the girl. That's not enough to spend $20,000 to $30,000 on the woman in 1.5 years and have bills. But wait, y'all, did he have bills? So at the beginning of our introduction to Deonte, he says, you know, I feel like I'm a great catch. I got my own job, own car, own house. We get to Deonte's mama's house and she put his ass on blast. She sat down at the dinner table. She talking about, Deonte, go wash your hands. Talking to him like he ain't nothing but 15 years old, because I'm telling y'all, the dude is a little bit delayed. And he says to Deonte, oh, yes, you're right. He used to be a Marine, so maybe he got the money from that. Good point, Miss Lady. So he's sitting at the dinner table with his mom, and he says, Mom, we have to lay out ground rules before you meet the girl, because she could be your next daughter-in-law. And his mom is sitting there like, boy, you better get out my face with that. That's exactly what she was talking about. And he says, well, you know, her name's Chelsea. She's white. She's a prisoner. And basically his mom was like, this sounds very familiar to the last situation that you went through, and you think that this is a good idea? And Deonte's 16-year-old brother is sitting down at the table, literally in embarrassment. He's sitting there like, I can't believe this is my brother. I am embarrassed. And he says, no, Mom, this is different. She says that I'm 1 in a million. She says, da, da, da. And I'm like, wow. Something is hilarious about watching Deonte on the screen, but something also doesn't feel right, because this man, I'm telling y'all, is slow. And I want to know, what did Mommy do wrong? What did she miss? Who knows? So she gets very blunt. She asks her son Deonte, how much money have you spent on her in the last year and a half? And he says, probably 20 to 30,000. Y'all, I was shook when I heard that. She said, on what? And he said, commissary. Is commissary that expensive, y'all? Somebody tell me. I don't know nobody in prison at the moment. I don't know. I ain't never filled nobody's books. Somebody in the comments, let me know how much commissary is these days. $20,000 to $30,000 while she's been in prison. I was like, has he been just stacking up stuff for her this whole time? And she says, you know what? I'm so worried because you just went through this. We come to find out that while Deonte has his own house, his own car right now, you just came up out of your mama's house. The last girl you was with was a blonde-headed white girl who you met in prison. Oh, and that's who I meant by Chelsea, y'all. She ends up exposing that the last girl he dated was named Chelsea. The current girl is Nicole. The last girl he dated named Chelsea took him for everything he had, just like his mama said. And whenever the mom said that, I died laughing. Carrie said she used to be a correctional officer and things cost like 10 cents. So where the hell did 20 to 30,000 come from? Robin says, where does he live? Deonte and Nicole live in Virginia. So anyway, we find out that the last girl took him for everything he had as soon as he got out. Another white girl, you get finessed so easily because you too have a fetish for white women, but the women who you think are more your speed are the ones in prison. So I'm not even mad. I hope this girl, city girls, the fuck out of you, and I hope she gets all her damn money. But then again, you're kind of slow. So I don't know if we should be rooting for the prisoner like that. So y'all, let's move on to the final couple. The final couple is Courtney and Josh. And I wanted to use these pictures for y'all to see. Y'all see Courtney in the two different wigs, right? This is pictures of Courtney visiting Josh while he was in prison. But the reason why she had to come in incognito, hiding like she owed somebody some money, was because she was a corrections officer and she was dating one of the prisoners. So this girl would come off her shift, change into a wig, come back up to her job, talk to her coworkers like she had never known them before, check in on the books, and visit this man. Her telling us that she would switch wigs like that, I'm like, damn, she gotta be slow too. It is something that's not adding up. How do you leave the place in which you work, go put a wig on, come back, pose as a different person, and think that nobody will catch on to it? And not a lick of makeup on her face in either of these pictures, y'all. The audacity. These people are wild. So Courtney is 30 years old. She used to be a corrections officer. This whole, hiding out type thing only worked for 8 weeks because after 8 weeks, her ass got caught. She said she knew that it was a rule that you couldn't date prisoners, but she didn't know that it was against the damn law. So now this girl, Courtney, is on probation. So you're waiting for Josh, who's 29, to get out. Courtney not only effed up her damn job, but this is her third marriage. She's married to this man. Josh has been in prison for 11 years. So very similar to Doug, you spent majority of your adulthood in prison. And you think that when this man gets out, he's going to want to sit in one place. Do you know how much time he has to be how much time has to be made up for? So they met in prison. He had a "Will you marry me" tattoo on his arm with her face on it. And when I saw that tattoo, I was like, you know what? This might not be a bad match because that tattoo was so big. I was just like, y'all, how am I going to watch this entire season? A lot of these people are not mentally there. How did WeTV get the clearance to film? How did WeTV get the clearance to film these people? So anyway, the whole issue with Courtney and Josh is that Josh is denied parole in their home. And that's because Courtney is on probation herself for dating a prisoner, right? So she goes to go talk to a lawyer and she wants to know, could he really not live with me? And the lawyer says, absolutely. The state has that discretion. If you're on probation, he definitely can not live with you. She says in her confessional, well, I feel like the state is just still trying to F with us. Girl, the state don't give a damn about you. You played your damn self. You played your job. You messed up your entire livelihood for this man in prison. So I really hope that it's worth it. I hope they're on the same page. I mean, at first I thought that she was the fool, but he got a whole tattoo with her face on it. That don't really mean much to a lot of these people, but I mean, maybe he's committed to it. So it is finally the day to go pick up Josh from prison. Courtney, y'all, who used to be a corrections officer, who is now on probation, cannot be anywhere near prisons because she's a predator. She's a predator for prisoners. So her friend Adra is going with her to pick up Josh. So she has to pull over in a parking lot somewhere that's like 2 miles from the prison. And this girl decides to put on a pickle costume because it's an inside joke between the two of them. So she puts on a pickle costume. Adra goes to pick up Josh, and that's where Courtney starts doing her own at-home video talking about her excitement. She's crying. And that's where she lets us know that she too has spent double-digit thousands. This girl has spent over $25,000 on him while he has been in prison. She's only been with him for how long, y'all? I think, what'd she say? A year or something like that? And you spent $25K? You lost your damn job behind this man? Make it make sense, y'all. So I don't understand. She even said that she went without getting her water heater fixed so that way she could send this man money on his damn books. Going to prison is expensive, y'all. Follow the law, stay your ass out of trouble, and quit trying to date men and women that are in prison because I'm telling y'all, that's not the way. Okay, y'all, but overall, I think we're going to have a very, very, very exciting season. We're going to have a lot to talk about because these people are some damn fools, okay? Remember to like the video. Be sure to comment, subscribe, share the video, replay game, comment below. Let me know what y'all thought about the episode. Are we in for a good season of Love After Lockup? I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.